Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We're going to be going over Najee Harris or Travis Etienne. We're going to be looking at these running backs in the upcoming 2021 NFL Draft and deciding who is better, who's the better prospect. Before we get started, please drop a like and a sub on today's video. I would really appreciate that. That would help my channel grow. And with that said, let's dive right into the video and I hope you enjoy. So the first running back I want to talk about is Najee Harris. Okay, I mean, if we just look at his stats for a second, in 2020 he had his best year as a collegiate athlete, rushing for just shy of 1,500 yards, 26 touchdowns, and he added some stats as a pass catcher too. He had 43 catches for 425 yards and 4 receiving touchdowns. He had 7 receiving touchdowns the year before, so he's a dual threat running back who can run the ball very effectively. He scores a lot of touchdowns, as we saw. I mean, 26 rushing touchdowns, and he can catch the ball out of the backfield. And when it comes to the things that I love about Najee Harris, it all starts with his physical running. I mean, he's a physical runner. He's a power runner with speed, and we'll get to the good speed in a second. But I mean, this guy is not afraid to go for contact. I mean, he's big, physical. He likes to grind things out. He gets an open space well, but he's not afraid to go at a guy, put his head down, rush through a guy, and just he doesn't evade contact. He likes contact. He looks for contact. And he's just athletic when it comes to dealing with contact. Then you mix his good speed. I mean, he doesn't have Travis Etienne speed, and we'll get to that in a second. But he's got good speed. He's able to bounce things to the outside. He's able to have that breakaway speed to get to that second level of defenses. And then when he gets to that second level of defenses, once he's used that speed, he's so physical and aggressive against opposing defensive backs and linebackers that he's almost impossible to bring down. And then he's got great vision. He can diagnose the play really well, diagnoses the hole, understands where he can go, where he can't go. He's really good at that when it comes to diagnosing where his best option is to run the football. And that's what I love about Najee Harris. He's got all these components. Then you add his athletic ability. I mean, this guy hurdles people, makes it look easy. He's a big stiff arm guy. He's an athletic guy, athletic behemoth. And I mean, he's physical, powerful. He's able to be really athletic when it comes to running the football. And all these things just make a really good top-end talent running back. And then you add the solid hands. We talked about it earlier. His ability to pass catch and catch balls out of the backfield is a huge asset for any NFL team. And any NFL team really needs to look at that and be like, hey, we can really implement that in an offense. Because you don't see backs with the ability that Najee Harris to run downhill and be physical and aggressive when running downhill with their ability to catch the ball out of the backfield. And then you add the size too. I mean, Najee Harris is 6'2", 230 pounds. He's a big guy, big physical runner, but then you see the speed and you see the vision that he brings to the table and the athletic ability he brings to the table with his ability to, hurdle, his ability to stiff arm, his toughness, his physicality running the football, and you just see a complete running back. And this is one of the most complete running backs we've seen in the past few years. I mean, this is not Saquon Barkley talent level, okay? This is not the same top 5, top 10 pick that we've seen in the past few drafts. I mean, if we look earlier in the 2010s, I mean, guys like Barkley, guys like Ezekiel Elliott, those guys went very high. This is not the same story, okay? This is not Leonard Fournette coming out of LSU. It's not the same story, but this guy still has first-round potential because of all the assets he has. I mean, you just don't see running backs that have the speed, the size, the vision, the physicality, the athletic ability, all that stuff combined, and then the ability to pass catches, to catch balls out of the backfield. It's just not something that we see a lot. And Najee Harris is one of those, physical power runners that can really catch the ball out of the backfield and has great speed to go along with it. Now, though, let's turn it over to Travis Etienne. What does he do really well? I mean, if we just look at his stats for a second, you can tell he's a little bit more undersized, but it doesn't really look at that on the tape. I mean, he's 5'10", 205 pounds. He's still fast, very, very fast when we look at him. But let's look at his stats. I mean, 2020, he only played in 12 games compared to the 15 games he played in 2018 and in 2019. But in 2020, I mean, he still had 14 rushing touchdowns, 900 rushing yards, and 2 receiving touchdowns on 48 catches for 588 receiving yards. But I really like to look at 2018 and 2019, where this guy rushed for 1,600 yards each year. And, I mean, he averaged almost 8 yards per carry over those 2 seasons. I mean, he had 24 touchdowns in 2018, 19 touchdowns in 2019, and he had in 2020 he had 14 touchdowns, obviously, in 12 games. So, that's what Etienne's all about. I mean, he's a big back who's able to, be really physical, but it's not really the physicality of Najee Harris. He's a different physical player. Okay, so when we look at what the things I like about him, it all starts with his electric speed. I mean, this guy is explosive. It's that simple. You know, he's really able to get to the outside. He's able to bounce the ball out to the outside, and the speed that he has to get off to the outside and, you know, just break away is just something you do not see from running backs. I mean, especially with top end talent. I mean, Najee Harris has good speed. He's able to bounce things to the outside. He's got the physicality, but Etienne has the blistering speed, the speed that kills, right? The speed that NFL offenses are looking for, the speed that burns defenses. That's Travis Etienne's game. I mean, he is so fast and explosive when he's running the football, like that. You just don't see running backs like that. And yet, you know, I've talked about his explosiveness, but he's patient too. He waits for his blocks. He understands where the blocks need to go, and he's really patient and smart. And then when he sees the opportunity, he explodes and he accelerates, and he has that speed to just break away from defenders, break away past the secondary, past the linebackers, and take it in for the score. He can take it in to the house from anywhere on the field. I mean, he's got that elite breakaway speed that really teams are looking for, and he's also tough to bring down. Okay, I mean, as I said, he's a little bit undersized for a running back. I mean, he's not really super undersized. I mean, he's 5'10". That's still in the range of a running back. You really want to be in between 5'10" and 6'2". That's pretty much the area. But Etienne, I mean, this guy still, he's just tough to bring down. I mean, this guy's 200 pounds of pure muscle. He's shifty and explosive, and he has good moves to, you know, evade tackles and just be slippery in open space. But it's really the speed that kills. And also, he's got solid hands. I mean, this guy had 48 catches in 2020. He's a good pass catcher, and both of these running backs are good pass catchers. Najee Harris, Travis Etienne, they can both do it as dual threat running backs, but who is better? I've given you the rundown on both of them, but in my opinion, I think Najee Harris is going to be the better running back, and I think both of these are mid to late first round running back talents. However, they may go later on than that just because running backs are not really valued in the NFL draft, but I want to explain why I think Najee Harris is the better running back. Okay, so with Harris, I just love the size that he brings to the table. And you know what? The breakaway speed that Travis Etienne has is special. But what Najee Harris is able to do as a power runner, and the speed he possesses as a power runner, and the physicality he brings to the table with his ability to just be an athlete, I just like the skills that Harris has better. I think he's, you know, overall a stronger and more physical runner. And that's something that you really need at the next level where, you know, guys are simply bigger, stronger, faster, and better, right? That's that simple. Also, I love the size that Najee Harris brings to the table. He's bigger, he's stronger, he's more physical, he's more athletic than Etienne, and those are things that I really like. The thing that Etienne really has above Harris is just his elite speed. Harris is a touchdown machine. Harris is a touchdown machine when it comes to finding his way into the end zones. That's something that he really excels at. I mean, Etienne's good at getting touchdowns too, but I think the next level, Harris, his knack for finding touchdowns, his big body, big frame, big, just explosive, you know, physical nature of running the football is really going to propel him into the better talent in the NFL. And with that said, that's pretty much going to end the video for today. Did you agree with my analysis? Why or why not? Leave your comments in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Also, if you're new around here, please drop a like and a sub on today's video. I'd really appreciate that. Help my channel grow. With that said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, see ya.